Hi guys, welcome to your face reading channel. Today we have a different setup. The reason why is because we are shooting the screen on the system today and I'm going to share with you the face reading insights of the two top politicians who are running for the presidency in the United States of America. We are going to decipher four of their facial features, what they indicate, because they indicate a lot about their personality. So let's deep dive into the laptop screen to uncover the four facial features on their face, what meaning it represents. What I want you to do is to also reflect these features onto your face and thereby decipher what meaning or what potential it indicates in you. So let us go into the screen. So here I'm opening the laptop screen I have opened, and you could see Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. She's on the left, he's on the right. And because some of you have said that I make very long video, I'll try to keep it short and I'll try to keep it as as much quality as I can, right? So I'm going to discuss about the four features, and I have pre-decided on the features that I'm going to speak about because when I go for long videos, I do get small complaints that the video is pretty long, right? So without wasting any more time, let us discuss on the four features. I'm going to compare those features. In one of the features, you're going to know the meaning of the line that is on the area of chin area, which is on the extraordinary meridian, and what it signifies. So I'll discuss about it at the end. It's on the Donald Trump's face. And let us first start with the aspect that I have written here, that is the shin. If you have been following this channel for long period, you would have known the meaning of shin. But if it's the very first time that you're on this face reading channel, Shen is nothing but the light of the eyes, the light of your eyes. You can say it as the eye tone, right? So, Shen is the light of the eyes, right? And in face reading terms, Lillian Bridges has shared her insight about Shen as to a Shen is something that can be felt as well as seen, right? So if you look at the light of the eyes of psychopaths or sociopaths, you could see the light, or you could see their eyes, of course, but you may not feel the sparkle out of those eyes, right? And living a fair life, you'll observe in the lives of monk or people who are pretty true that the light in their eyes is something that shines out, that can be felt, and you're seeing it also. And similarly, when you're seeing Kamala Harris's face, you could observe that the light in her eyes is pretty bright, right? So let me just write here, light in her eyes is pretty bright, right? It's pretty bright and it has sparkle into it, right? And what happens is your eyes reflect the amount of fire that you possess. It indicates the fire energy emanating out from your eyes. The eyes connotates with the heart system, or the light of the eyes has a connotation with the heart system, and it represents the amount of fire energy that you exuberate, and it also indicates how much open your heart is, and you can gauge it basically from the from how open the eyes are. And the two common things that you see here, let me just zoom this picture up for you for better understanding, right? So if you just observe her eye tone, the eye light, the shen in Chinese medicine, it has that sense of sparkle, it has that sense of light, right? And it indicates when there is strong sense of fire energy in a person, it indicates your quality to be expressive. You may have seen her in her speeches where she easily laughs, and that is one of the common trait that fire people share, because fire attracts. Fire is like a sort of an exciting person who brings in joy, who is an enabler of joy, right? So when you see a person who has that enough sparkle in their eyes, right, and you could quite feel the eyes that she has, and that indicates a sort of water also into her, right? But more on the fire side, which means that she can easily attract people, she can easily connect to people, because fire very much resonates with attraction. She can very much attract people with the way she speak. And when you have strong enough fire into your personality, it indicates your strength in communication, it indicates your strength in expression. And that's why you may be also seeing her narrating her life stories using her personal life examples, right? Uh, Fire people have this trait of charming the public, right? And when you have this much clear Shen, it also indicates how much integrity may mean into your life, how much fairness may mean into your life. And definitely it indicates that she's pretty, much integral to what she does, or has her heart into the right place. When you look at Donald Trump's Shen area, let me just zoom in. So this is the magnifier that I have, but I'm going to use it later while I'll be reflecting the line. So just let me just close this magnifier here. So if you see the Shen aspect of Donald Trump's area, and his eye opening is pretty less. And when you see that particular trait in a person, it indicates a person who is more uh, it's an eye that indicate that maybe he's more secretive, or he keeps his cards closer to his chest, right? It indicates also, because little eyes goes with people whose whose heart maybe less open at the first place. It can indicate that there is that hideous aspect into him. And coupled with the other features on the face, which I'm not going to very much discuss about to make the video shorter. It the Shen reflection itself gives the aspect of how witty or how smart or how clever he can be with his tactics, right? That's the aspect of Shen reflection that his Shen is giving. And there are face readers who can read from one particular feature on your face and tell about the whole history of past experiences that you have ever had into your life. And his Shen, focuses more on how he can be witty, how he can be smart, how he can be clever in making inroads towards achieving the goal, right? So Shen is the light of the eye. She has more sparkle, and there is the aspect of fairness that you could prominently see into her eyes. Into his eyes, it's more on the wittier side, more on the smarter side, maybe on the cunning side, even, right? So that is how you experience the reflection of Shen. It is something that is difficult to master at the first place, but with time, you will definitely be able to have better analysis with respect to the Shen readings, right? So next feature that I'm going to compare is the eyebrows. And if you see her eyebrows are kind of thinning. It's kind of tapering in the middle half, right? And this again indicates the fire into her personality. So, in face reading, in Chinese face reading, the eyebrows is the area that is related to your wood energy. And if you imagine the whole face as a tree and your jaws are the root of the tree, the eyebrow region are kind of acting as leaves of those tree. And when the leaves of the tree are kind of thinning at the later stage, it indicates that maybe wood energy has declined, or it was not very much there from the start. From her pictures, I have seen her younger pictures as well. Her wood energy hasn't been that prominent. And when you have thick eyebrows, as you could see in Donald Trump's face, he has quite thickish eyebrows. Let me just zoom it for you so that you can have a better view here. So if you see his eyebrows that are pretty thick, even bushy in nature, it indicates how strong his liver chi is. And when a person is powering that strong eyebrows, it indicates a strong sense of drive, a strong sense of being assertive. even to the point that one can be dominant in the pursuit of what he wants to achieve, right? And you will find this particular trait in a lot of politicians and a lot of sports people who want to make their mark in the world and make a difference out of the career that they have chosen. But most prominently, if you find a person with a thick eyebrows, it indicates how driven, how maybe optimistic. For optimism, you have to check various other places on the face. But wood, when wood energy is balanced, it indicates aspect of your driven self, of your optimistic self, of you willing to fight to make things happen, of you willing to make changes happen. You can assume wood energy to be like a sapling that is breaking the soil and becoming a tree. So wood bears that particular trait where a sapling has a pathway to break the soil and has a vision to stand like a tree, right? So that is what the healthy wood energy displays, right? And when a person has that, it is quite a strong liver chi and somebody who is blessed to fight for long periods, right? But even if Kamala Harris doesn't has that particular feature, she has a very strong Shen, and when Shen is strong, that means your spirit is pretty strong, which means your emotional inner charge is pretty strong, and that can lead you to make way. When this light coupled with the thinning eyebrows that is not there, then it's a matter of concern with respect to you know how you take on things, especially with respect to being in politics. But her spirit shen is pretty strong, which indicates that she can make a difference with her strong emotions, right? So we have talked about the eyebrow region, the thickness and the thinness. Right now I'll stretch upon the upper lip area. So upper lip area is something that indicates about how the intensity of your emotions is, or with respect to, because it's an area, the line of the upper lip relates to the small intestine area, and it reflects upon the clarity, basically how strongly or how intensely you feel emotions. So you'll see that people with a stronger upper lip or a bigger upper lip, especially than the lower lip, they may tend to feel the intensity of emotions more deeply than people who are bearing thinner lips, right? And in Kamala's case, she has a bigger upper lip than the lower lip, and that indicates how much strongly emotional she can be. That's where you will feel her stressing upon issues related to personal life, issues related to emotional life, issues related to women, because she feels the intensity of that more, right? And when you see Donald Trump's lips, the intensity or the depth of the upper lip is not that big than the lower lip, and the lips are full in nature, which means that communication may not be that much of an issue. But with respect to feeling the personal emotions, this amazing person takes the lead with respect to Kamala Harris, and she has more bigger upper lip the than Donald Trump, right? And people who have bigger lower lip and thinner upper lip, it can mean that they may have a gift of gab, which means with respect to issues that are other than the personal self, they can very much master that. They can be excellent in that. But when your upper lip area is strengthened, it can mean that the intensity to feel emotions can be pretty high, and you'll observe this particular trait uh, in a lot of female artists, actors, because they feel that sense of depth of emotions, right? So that's a great point. Let me now focus on the fourth aspect here that I want to discuss, and this is nothing but a line on the extraordinary meridian. If you divide the face into single line, that is this particular line from the vertical half. If you just divide this particular line face into this line, you'll observe there is this line here on the chin area. Let me just use the magnifier. If you could observe, there is this line that is just above the upper chin area, and this is nothing but a line on the extraordinary meridian. It's a horizontal line, and it is indicative of a fact that maybe zinc consumption has been pretty high, and the work that he is doing is kind of taking extra toll on his body, and it is kind of a retirement line, as they say in Chinese medicine. And when this line occurs, especially at a younger age, before 60, it can very much mean that you need to make lifestyle changes. And because chin area corresponds with the water system, and chin area reflects the kind of strength of your willpower, it can so mean that maybe you have been pushing yourself way more than is required, and you're not giving yourself enough space to relax. And whenever this line is there on your face, it can mean that maybe you need to focus on aspects that you love doing rather than forcefully getting into something which you don't like, right? These are key indications on the face. Whenever there is a specific line on the face or a wrinkle on the face, it has a specific connotation, and it can represent a certain set of life change that you need to do, right? So this particular line on the chin area on the extraordinary meridian, it can so mean that there should be lifestyle changes, and there needs to be more relaxation than putting in effort in areas where it's not required, right? So both of these politicians have specific set of strengths, have specific set of challenges in particular domain, but it's important that you check on your face what strengths you hold, check these particular features onto your face, and thereby decipher whether it kind of resonates with you or not, right? And to learn more about face reading, you can head over to my website, chehraspeaks.com. I'll make sure to give the link in the description so that you can check across my website. You can check across the readings that I do, basically in two dimension. That is the in-depth general one, which focuses more on the individual self, more on the individual love tendencies, more on the strengths, the weakness, more on the work style, the money backs. Or you can check out the in-depth relationship reading, which focuses more on the couple-centric side, the relationship challenges, the strength of the connection. There is the aspect of intimacy, compatibility. So both of those readings have different sets of dimension. You can check across my site. Also, you can learn face reading by going to my website and thereby taking a course. It's there. You can have a separate website that is listed for learning face reading. Apart from that, you can of course learn face reading from my videos that are there, and you can learn face reading from books of Lillian Bridges. She's a wonderful face reader. She has been a wonderful face reader. Her book name is Face Reading in Chinese Medicine. You can learn from Jean Hayner's book. The Wisdom of Your Face is the name of her book. You can learn from Eric Stanhope's book, Mark Fulford's book. There is extraordinary content available there on the internet as well. So you can learn about them and enhance your learning on face reading. For now, this is Nitesh signing off. If you feel this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends whom you feel it will help. Bye for now. Take care. Have an amazing day ahead.